Hey y'all, it's Mama Snark here. We are getting ready to do our last crawfish boil of the season, and I had filmed an entire intro for it, but something happened to the file, it got corrupted. But all of the important videos were saved for the actual boil. Lala and Toot Toot came into town to stay with us, and they hadn't had a boil yet for the season, so we decided to do one last boil at the very end of the season, and we're taking y'all along with us. This is a little bit of a modified and tweaked recipe, and so far I think it's our best yet. So thank you for joining and hope you enjoy. Hubby and I went and got the crawfishes, and we were passing a daiquiri shop on the way home. So we just went ahead and called everyone and got their drink order. When you are eating crawfish, you need some kind of carbonated beverage usually, but daiquiris will do the trick too. Like when I was pregnant, I would do either ginger ale or like an orange soda or something. But our ingredients we got to go into the pots. We have the red potatoes, onions. We're doing 1 jar of the Zatarain's shrimp and crab boil, 2 jars of the Zatarain's Pro Boil, and this is the granulated seasoning. And then we're doing 2 green bell peppers, which we will either cut in half or quarter and seed them. The onions, we will peel them and cut them in half. 2 oranges, and probably do like 3 of the lemons, but we got 3 or 4 lemons. And then hubby and I also got the ice and the crawfish. And for my last crawfish video, I showed you how to make a homemade remoulade sauce, like crawfish dipping sauce, but most stores have started making their own like dipping sauce. Went ahead and got the kids eating some pre-crawfish boil snacks because surprisingly, this one here, that's my eater, I call her my little tank, that eats all the things, will not eat crawfish. She doesn't really eat any meat other than pepperonis you see here. Occasionally she'll eat hot dogs and she'll eat McDonald's chicken nuggets. And that's about it. And then getting him to eat just because he usually doesn't eat anything ever and he needs to gain weight. But he loves crawfish. Hey, man cub, are you gonna eat some crawfishes later?
Yeah.
Yep. How many crawfishes are you gonna eat?
I know 2.
You're gonna eat 2? I think you can eat more than 2. How about 20 crawfishes?
No. 49.
You're gonna eat 9. You look like your Uncle Adam.
Baby. 49.
49 crawfishes. High five. That's a deal, bud.
One day.
Oh, you need a high five? All right.
I need 1 more.
Just one more? One more high five? Yeah. Weezers, he needs a high five. All right. Yeah. Good job. Hey, man cub, what does Weezers have on her shirt? Back up. Back up. What does Weezers have on her shirt? What does she have on her shirt?
Crawfish.
A crawfish.
I do.
Yeah, and she got a corn. Yeah. It's probably, that's a pot. Look, it's a pot like this one right there. Whoa. This is probably the last time, sadly, she's gonna be able to wear this adorable little outfit because she eats a lot of food and she's growing too big. What is that?
Let's see.
Are those crawfishes? Oh my goodness. That's the crawfishes? Mmm. Yum yum. Oh, Lily wants to see what it is. What's that, Lily Bean? What is it, Lily Bean? Beans is like crawfishes too. Huh. Beans is like crawfishes too. Saki Dog's not so much. She's a picky individual. A sweet girl. Get him in position. Watch out, Beans. Here they go. Ooh, look at them. like I said in my last video, back up, Weezers. You want to basically fill the ice chest up with water and then let it all drain out, and then let it fill up again and drain again, and you just kind of keep repeating that process so that you get all of the nasty sand and grit and silt out of the crawfish, so you don't have that in there after you cook them. And we are draining it into this handy dandy drain my hubby designed. So this was like 3 years in the making, getting our patio poured. We designed a long time ago, like right after we bought the house. So we just got the slab poured, thankfully right before quarantine. And hubby designed, he dug in the dirt and did drainage pipe through here. And then it comes out through here, underneath the fence, and then it pops out at the road. So whenever it rains, we don't end up with just giant puddles. So yeah, it makes it a handy little wash station right here. We can wash the crawfishes and it just drains right into that drainage instead of out of the patio and getting the yard all muddy and gross. Are we washing the crawfishes? Are we washing them? Hubby was saying these are dirty. Look how dirty these things are. All that muddy water. That's why you want to just keep washing them so they get all that nasty gunk off of them. Got a lively bunch. These are a good size too. So it's late in the crawfish season. You're actually able to get really good sized ones for not that bad of a price. We got this sack for about 80 bucks. At the start of the season, we got a small, it was pretty small crawfishes, and it was like 150 bucks for a sack, which is ridiculous, but we did it anyway. But prices are much more reasonable now. Like I said, this will probably be our last boil of the season because it's coming to a close. It's right at the end of April when I'm filming this. What is that, man cub? Careful, it's gonna pinch you. You can look at it, just don't get close to its pinchers. Say, hey guy, I'm gonna eat you. All right, boys are getting the pot boiling. We're rinsing the crawfish, we're waiting on the water to boil, and in the meantime, we're in here prepping food. So I'm gonna do a quick little time-lapse video of us getting all of the veggies prepped and ready to go. Okay, so I've got everything cut and prepped and ready to go into the boil. The only thing we're missing is garlic, because when hubby texted the grocery list to his sister-in-law, he forgot to add that. So sadly, we have no garlic, but I've got all the citrus chopped up and ready to go, onions peeled and chopped, bell peppers chopped. We got potatoes, and a neat thing about these, ready to go. They say you can just boil it right in the bag, but we tend to take it out of the bag. But we got corn here, and we got our seasonings ready to go. And most importantly, we have my daiquiri. So we'll get that started in a minute. So, remember how I said we switched the crawfish boil to today instead of tomorrow? Because it's supposed to rain tomorrow? Well, it's raining now. So hopefully that'll kind of slack off a little bit, but we are all hunkered underneath the gazebo, having some snacks before the crawfish boil, because it takes a long time to boil crawfish. So hopefully the rain subsides and give y'all a good video. Okay, so we're about to get, the water's boiling. We're gonna get all the seasoning set up so we can start dumping stuff in it. So we're gonna do one of these and half of that to do the vegetables to start out with. So, whole one of the granulated. See how them suckers are doing.
I'm actually gonna do 3/4 or a half of the next one too to get it started.
And then he's gonna do half of the second.
Save the other half of the crawfish and make sure it's still got enough in it.
Ma'am. No thank you, ick ick. And then we're gonna do half a bottle of the liquid oil. Hot, hot.
I'm actually gonna add some cayenne pepper.
Hey, go on. Go on. And she's just walking in the rain because toddlers. She got her rain boots on. And we're gonna add just a smidge of cayenne to it because the pro-boiled isn't quite as spicy as, my goodness, that's a lot. That's enough.
That's a big pot.
Stop. Don't touch. Is that Weezer's? There's Weezer's?
Stir it in.
Stir it all up. Let me get this kid on my hip so she doesn't touch the pot. Looking good, Sha. Back up, Beans. She said that smelled good to her too. Beans.
She burned her tongue.
Beans, back up.
It's got a little bit of burn to my nostrils when it gets.
He said it's got some burn to his nostril, so it's good to go. So we're gonna get that.
Throw the potatoes in and start the pot back up.
Do you need the second bag of potatoes?
Corn's gonna wait. We're gonna bring it back to a boil with potatoes and go about 10 minutes, then throw the rest in. Potatoes take a little long. Now the smart way would be to pull the basket up, but I didn't grab the paddle.
So we got the potatoes going in. How long are the potatoes in before we add corn?
I'm gonna go 10 minutes once it comes to a boil.
All right, 10 minutes on potatoes once it comes to a boil, and then we'll throw the corn in with it. Okay, so we're gonna put in a few of the onion, or basically like one whole onion, a couple of slices of bell peppers, 3 lemons, and 1 orange slice. So squeeze in lemons, add lemons. Half an orange. 1 whole onion. And like half a bell pepper. Stir it all up. We adding the corn now?
Not yet.
Okay.
Another 5 minutes.
And we'll do this for about 5 minutes before we add the corn. All right, so we're about to add the corn in. Usually we do fresh corn, but they got frozen corn, and a lot of my friends use frozen corn, so either really is fine. Adding the corn in. And then how long for the rest of it?
About 6 minutes.
So we'll do about 6 minutes longer with the corn in. All right, so we're pulling vegetables.
smells good. It's one of his favorite features about this pot is it has the hook right there so you can hook it up and stand it up so it's not in the water anymore. So we'll put the veggies in an ice chest and then we'll get ready for the crawfishes. Hi, Lily Bean. Watch out, Weezers. Hey, watch out. Come here. What you think, Lily Bean? Is that good?
A little bit more on the fire, I think.
Are you hungry? Are you hungry? What about the crawfish? Yep.
The rest of the seasoning.
So the rest of the granulated and the rest of the bottle of the oil as well.
It's not oil, it's just liquid concentrate. We're gonna put a little more water in too, we're a little low.
Okay, so we're gonna add more water because it's a little bit low on water and then make sure it's at a rolling boil before we dump crawfish.
Onions and peppers.
In you go. So he's adding more water. He said the perfect spot for water on this one is just below the second line of holes. And this is either 82 quarts or 82 gallons. I'll look that up and clarify for the Bayou Classic pot and burner. And I'll link that down below for you as well. But you want the water up just below the second line of holes. Bring that back up to a rolling boil before we throw the crawfish in. Taste testing potatoes to see if the seasoning is on point or needs something. It's hot apparently.
Dinner at 6, what have you been doing? Oh, you talking about
Good?
You want some? We'll put a little cayenne, more cayenne in the mix for the crawfish.
Okay. So adding a little bit more of the Zatarain's cayenne pepper to give it a little bit more spice. Again, though, we're from South Louisiana, so we are accustomed to super spicy. Lily says she's ready. So that's what we got in there so far. All right, so we're lifting giant ice chest. Lily is, of course, in the way. There they go. He said no! And we got some escapees. Gonna get ya. Got him. All right, and in they go. Stir them up.
Bring it back to a rolling boil.
sneak peeky peek for you. So they've been boiling for how long?
Just about 7 minutes.
So they've been boiling for about 7 minutes. He's stirring them up and we're about to cut the heat. And then we'll let them rest for what, 15 minutes?
Give them 15 minutes and we'll dump ice on them.
So we're gonna let them rest for about 15 minutes, which is not what we usually do. We're trying it out. This is what his coworker said he does. And then after 15 minutes of rest, we'll throw the ice bath on it. Usually we cook them for about 7 minutes or so and then immediately dump the ice bath on it. So we're gonna try to let them rest for 15 minutes this time and see if that makes a difference, and then we'll put the ice bath. So heat is off and we're gonna let them rest for about 15 minutes or so and throw some ice on it.
So Weezer's is obsessed with ice. So I'm gonna put her in uppies so that she can watch. Yeah, you gotta go in uppies so you can see it. And if you haven't seen my video on how to back carry a toddler, I'll link that below too. Come here, Weezer.
You crazy kid.
Come here.
Just threw it under the fence.
All right, you ready? Say 1, 2. We're gonna do it. You ready?
Yeah, very good.
Make sure they're not getting in the road.
Yeah, they're both on the other side.
So we had to pause the me putting her in back carry part because
Me and Cub went through a hole in the fence. We have a little doggy door set up for the Husqvarna lawnmower to get from the backyard to the front yard without having to leave our gate open. And this one took it as an opportunity to make a run for it.
so hubby had to stop the video to go and run after him. What is it, Weezers? What is it? The ice? What do you want? Yeah.
All right, ready to go. You ready to go? Beans is ready to go.
What? What is that?
Ice. You want some ice, Weezers?
If you have an Apple Watch and you bang it hard enough, it passes.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping on the
For some reason, she's obsessed with ice. What you got?
All right, I'm ready to do the ice bath. It's rested for 15 minutes. Lily is just ready for it. We let it rest for 15 minutes, adding the ice bath to it. And what that does is it quickly drops the temperature from hot to cold, and it makes all of the like spicy juices soak up into the crawfish and just makes them super tasty and make sure that they have a good flavor to them so that the spiciness isn't just, you know, floating on top of the shell, because you don't eat that part. So you throw a bunch of ice on it, quickly cool down the water, stir it up.
They start sinking once you add the ice. Once they start floating again, that's when you know they're done.
He knows things.
She's just crunching on ice. Weezers. Weezers! What you got? Did you get your ice?
My turtle.
Yeah.
Mom, my turtle.
Oh, your Toot Toot's over there.
Mom.
Toot Toot's playing with Man Cub. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll let that soak up and then we'll be ready to go.
Playing with the dog next door.
Not floating yet, we're just gonna start.
All right, so they're not quite ready because they're not floating to the top yet. So they've been resting for what, like 5 minutes maybe?
Probably about that.
So we'll let them rest a little bit long until they start floating to the top. All right, so they've rested for how long?
About 7 minutes after the ice bath.
So we're gonna do a little taste test. That was just a little claw.
Just a claw. We'll try him too.
So they haven't started floating yet, but like I said, this is a new time we're trying with the ice bath, and we just want to make sure that they don't overcook.
Try them every so often. They're already cooked. We're just trying to get the seasoning right.
Doing a claw.
They're good.
Bean said she would like to taste test.
Very hot. Ready to go.
All right, we're good to go. So we're gonna get them out and get them a nice chest.
What, baby? Yeah, she's still just hanging out. She refuses to get down.
Oh, he knows. Fair about the 3 finger claw.
Crawfishes. And they are ready to eat. We'll get those served up pretty soon. So,
that one?
this is how you peel a crawfish.
That one?
I want to hold it.
Okay.
Oh, he wants to hold it.
I can't do it.
Pull the poo-poo vein out. And baby bird. Man cub. And that's how you eat a crawfish.
On it.
What do you want, bub?
She was born in Texas or what?
What you got, Weezer? You want some crawfishes?
I said
All done.
So, we're done. It's the end of the crawfish boil. I did not film a whole lot of us eating it because you don't really want to touch things when you're touching crawfish. It's gross. A little trick of the trade is to take a lemon slice and squeeze the juice and rub that on your hands with some saltine crackers. And that'll kind of take some of the crawfish like burn and stink off of your hands because it's super potent stuff. But we all tried out, we have 0 leftovers other than canned potatoes. And kids are just running amok in the backyard with flashlights. So we're gonna end this vlog here. And thank you guys for watching. And feel free to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video.